What's going on, guys? I've been wanting to do a sampler like this for a while. I'm calling it the Skinny Ring King. My favorite cigars to smoke, Vitola-wise, are always going to be smaller ring gauges. I love Lanceros, I love Coronas, I love Corona Gordas. I really enjoy a Robusto every now and then. And this is just a sampler of 5 of my favorite small ring gauge cigars. I've talked about my first pick a lot, and it was actually my pick for, I forget what club box it was, but it was my pick for one of our Creekside Cigar Club boxes. And it's the Anniversario Carro in the Lancero Vitola. If you want to know what a vanilla bean note tastes like in a cigar, this is what I would tell you to smoke. It's so rich and dense with just like a roasted vanilla bean. There's got a lot of dry cinnamon zing baking spice thing going on. I get that out of a lot of Aganorsa's blends. To me, that's kind of their signature, like that dry cinnamon spice. Just creamy, sweet, rich and dense with that vanilla bean note. The dry cinnamon kind of rounds out all that creamy denseness. It's deceptively strong. I think it's like a pretty full strength cigar, but like medium body in terms of flavor. I really enjoy it though. My next pick is gonna be the HVC Hot Cake Connecticut Corona Gorda, 5 5/8 by 46. Hot Cake is such an aptly named name for the blend. Like, it tastes like you're smoking on a Cinnabon. It's creamy, it's sweet. It's got so much natural sweetness. I say that a lot about a lot of cigars, but this one really is. The first time I smoked it, I was like, my God, I'm smoking a cheesecake. Like, I'm smoking like a hot Cinnabon or like a warm pie. Like, it's just so rich. It's like smoking a dessert. In this Corona Gorda size specifically, it's an amazing cigar. Perfect morning cigar. This I would pair with coffee simply because with the Anniversario Lancero, I smoke it with coffee, but coffee in the afternoon, just because it's such a strong cigar. I don't feel safe smoking it in the morning. But this Hot Cake, very mild body, mild strength, just easy, creamy, light on the palate, uber clean, just a phenomenal cigar to kick your day off with. Next, I have the Farce Habano by Room 101 in the Lonsdale size. This cigar, I've talked about before, maybe, I think. One of the hardest transitioning cigars I've ever had. The first third is like dry, woody, a lot of spice, a lot of earth, like just mineralistic, woody, dry spice. And then once that first third starts to transition to the second third, it's just this blast of like sweet, creamy cocoa powder, like nougaty notes, a lot of like cashew butter notes, just a nutty, creamy, sweet, chocolatey smoke from the second third down to the nub. It's one of my favorite cigars to recommend to people if people are like, I've never experienced like a hard transition in a cigar. I've never had a cigar that like tastes like 2 separate cigars when I'm smoking it. And this cigar is what I recommend 10 out of 10 times. Next, I have the newest release in this blend of Warped. From Warped, it's called the Cloud Hopper. This is the Cloud Hopper 53, I think is what they're calling it. That's not the ring gauge, that's just what they're calling it. First of all, it's like $8. It's such a incredible value for the money. This to me is just such a classic tasting cigar. It has all the notes that you'd want out of like a solid Nicaraguan blend. Just nutty, spicy, a little earthy, a tad sweet, a little bit of spice. It's just a really well balanced, really well rounded cigar. And like I said, it's like $8 and it's in this like Corona size, and it's just like the perfect 45-minute cigar. I loved the original Cloud Hopper, but when they dropped this smaller ring gauge, I think they released it at PCA. It was just, I smoked it and I was like, yeah, that's the one for me. And then last but definitely not least, the Futello Classico in Fuoco. Now, I've talked about the Oro in the Fuoco Vitola, and this isn't necessarily a skinny ring. I think it's a 50 ring, but it's a 3.5 by 50. And it is just this little banger. It has a closed foot and a pigtail cap, and it is packed. I mean, packed with so much flavor and depth and richness and complexity and nuance. For the money, in my opinion, just the overall value, the construction, the complexity and the depth that you get out of the experience of the flavor profile. It's just right from light up. You're hit with sweetness. It's like this almost charred sugar note, like a bitter charred wood notes, like this bitter wood, a little bit of charred sweetness, and then just a ton of like umami, like savory smoke, just like hickory almost. And then it picks up and transitions beautifully into just like this sweet cinnamon, caramel, little black pepper, little bit of earth just to cut through all that rich sweetness. And it's, by the end of it, it's like a 30-minute smoke. By the end of it, you're like, oh, that was such a good experience. And I've had enough because it's so much and it's so concentrated that it's just a very satisfying cigar to smoke. Those are my 5 for the Skinny Ring King sampler. I've wanted to make a small ring gauge sampler for a while. This sampler will go live on our website definitely by the time that this video drops. And what's more important than the cigars that you're smoking, guys, are the people you're smoking them with. So always remember to smoke in good company. Thanks.